Namaste. I am Dr. S. Kavita and I am an occupational health doctor. Dear friends, this is indeed a great opportunity for me to share with you all the skills of first aid on this platform. I begin my session with a brief introduction to my topic, basic first aid skills. Friends, today we have high proportion of women in various workplaces, including industries. So, every modern woman shall add different life skills to her personality. First aid and CPR is often seen as a male dominated sector. But now, this is a must have life skills for every woman. Believe me, my friends, basic first aid skills are awesome confidence boosters. You never know, someday you may just save someone's life. The word first aid reminds us of Red Cross, formed by Henry Dunant. It is the largest provider of first aid worldwide. The concept was started in 18th century to preserve life after drowning, which was the major concern during those days. The skills on the subject of first aid and CPR are applicable to our daily life. Friends, what is first aid? It is defined as an immediate assistance given to a victim of sudden illness or injuries, even by a non-medical expert or layperson with the materials available at that time before being taken to a health unit for further management. What are the aims or goals or purpose of first aid? These are the four main aims of first aid: to preserve life, to protect from further harm, to provide relief from pain, bleeding, to promote recovery till medical help arrives. This is the all-purpose first aid kit and shall contain following materials: adhesive bandages, roller bandages, elastomer bandages, cotton roll and sterile gauze, antiseptic wipes and hand sanitizer, thermometer, instant cold compress, antibiotic ointment, low dose aspirin tablets, antihistaminic tablets like cetirizine, CPM, paracetamol tablet, oral rehydration solution. But friends, please take the following standard precautions in all the first aid situations. First and foremost, check the scene for danger before you provide help. Wash your hands before and after first aid. Use disposable gloves. Use mask and plastic apron. Use safety glasses to protect the eyes. Friends, in my session, I have two exercises. This is the first one. Here, I will explain the first aid measures for the common injuries and accidents that occur in our day-to-day life in the form of do's and don'ts. What we should do and what we should not do. Let me begin with burns and scars. What is a burn? Burns are the damage to the tissue of your body caused by either heat, chemicals, or electricity. What is a scar? Scars are caused by hot water or steam. These are the first aid do's. First and foremost, remove the source of the burn. If the patient is on fire, drop him to the ground and roll him or cover him in a blanket. If there is electrical burns, turn off the electricity. If it is a chemical burns, take off the contaminated clothing and wash the affected area of skin with plenty of water. For dry chemicals, brush off the chemicals before putting the burnt area under water. Next, put the burnt area under cool running water for at least 20 minutes. Remove any clothing or jewelry near the burn. Use a light, loose, non-stick dressing. If the burn is to an arm or a leg, raise it whenever possible to reduce the swelling. A quick recap of first aid do's in case of burns. Stop, drop, and roll. Remove the heat source, clothes, jewelry. Cool under running tap water for 20 minutes. Cover and protect the burns. Friends, remember this picture, 20 minutes. Treat the burns with cool running water. What are the don'ts? Please don't touch the burn or apply ice. Don't remove anything that is stuck to the burn. Don't put a child with burns into a tub full of cold water. If blisters develop, don't prick them. So, friends, remember this picture. No ice for burns. Next, we move on to cuts, wounds, and external bleeding. What are the first aid do's? Wash with soap and water. Next, flush with clean water. Apply antibiotic ointment. Cover the wound with clean cloth or gauze. Apply direct pressure to the bleeding wound with a clean cloth, tissue, or piece of gauze until bleeding stops. Raise the injured area. Keep the patient at total rest. Seek medical attention. What are the don'ts? Please don't apply a tourniquet. What is a tourniquet? It is a cord or a tight bandage. Don't use hydrogen peroxide or iodine, which can cause damage to the tissues. Friends, this is a choking victim. This is the universal sign of choking. Choking is caused when a piece of food or object gets stuck in the upper airway. This prevents a person from breathing effectively and can cause a simple cough or a coughing fit. But when there is a complete blockage of the airway, this may lead to death. So, choking is a true medical emergency that requires fast, appropriate action by anyone available around. For mild choking, what you should do? Encourage them to keep coughing. Ask them to try to spit out the object if it is in their mouth. What you should not do? Don't put your fingers in their mouth to help them. For severe choking, you should give back blows and abdominal thrust. I will show this by demonstration. Please come. Choking. This is the choking victim. So what you should do? You should stand behind them. Okay. Support the chest with one hand and ask them to bend forward. If there is any object blocking their way, it can come out of their mouth. If it has not come out, give up to 5 sharp blows. You should use your heel of your hand. This is the heel of the hand. So you should give 5 sharp blows between the shoulder blades. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just check whether the patient is relieved or not. If the blockage has cleared, yes, fine. If the blockage is not cleared, then you should give 5 abdominal thrusts. Let us demonstrate this now. Again, stand behind the victim. Place your arms around their waist and ask them to bend forward. Clench one fist and place it right above the belly button. Put the other hand on top of your fist and pull it upwards and inwards. Like this, upwards and inwards. Repeat this maneuver for 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then just check if there is relief or not. Thank you. Continue this back blows and abdominal thrust. 5 and 5. 5 back blows, 5 abdominal thrust. Till the patient gets relief or till the medical help arrives. What are the don'ts? Please don't give abdominal thrust to babies under 1 year old or pregnant women. Let us move on to sprains, strains, and fractures. Slips, trips, fall can occur anywhere. These are the common workplace injuries. First aid administration is the same for all. What are the first aid do's? Apply RICE. What is RICE? R stands for rest. Rest the injured part. I stands for ice. Apply ice or cold pack. C stands for compression. Compress the part by applying crepe bandage or apply direct pressure and control bleeding. E stands for elevation. Elevate the injured part above the heart. A broken leg can be splinted to the good leg. So, friends, remember RICE. Rest, ice, compression, elevation for sprains, strains, and fractures. What are the don'ts? Do not move the injured part. Do not massage. Do not straighten the injured part. Moving on to eye injuries. Eye injuries should be taken seriously. Prompt first aid and followed by medical attention can prevent further complications and can save the vision. Different types of first aid shall be administered for different eye injuries. For a foreign particle in the eye, what you should not do. Don't rub the eyes. Don't be rough. Don't use dry cotton, blade, brush, etc. What you should do? Pull the lower leg down, hold the upper leg up, ask the person to look up and down. Okay? Rinse with clean water with eyes open. Follow up with the doctor. For chemical exposure, what you should not do? Don't rub the eyes. Don't bandage the eyes. So what you should do? Immediately wash the eyes with lots of water for 15 to 20 minutes. Keep the eyes open during flushing. Get medical help while you are doing this. For a blow to the eyes, never put a pressure on the eyes. What you should do? Apply a cold compress immediately. After 24 hours, switch to warm compress and seek prompt medical attention. This is the case of nasal bleeding. Nose bleeds are common in children. What are the first aid dose? Sit in a chair and lean the head forward. Pinch the soft part of the nose. Friends, this is the soft part of the nose. Apply a cold pack or ice pack to the bridge of the nose. This is the bridge. Here you should apply the ice pack or cold pack. Instruct the victim to breathe through the mouth. This should be the position during nasal bleeding. Head should be tilted forward and the nostrils or the nose should be squeezed firmly. What you should not do? Don't lie down. Don't tilt your head back. Do not sniff, blow the nose, or don't cough. Don't take aspirin tablet. Next, we will move on to bee and wasp stings. Friends, remember this old rule of thumb. If you don't bother, then they don't bother you. This applies to beehives also. Never disturb the beehives. Avoid bright colors, scented perfumes, hairspray. When you see lots of beehives in your workplace, friends, you know prevention is better than cure, isn't it? Then when the bees are swarming around you, walk quickly and walk away. What are the first aid dose? First and foremost, you should stay calm. Remove the stinger. Wash the area well with soap and water. Apply a cold pack to reduce the swelling. Consider taking antihistaminic tablets such as CPM or cetirizine. This is snake bite. India is estimated to have the highest snake bite mortality in the world because victims don't reach the hospital on time. They are not well informed about the risks and simple measures which can prevent the bites and harmful first aid practices. So, first, I would like to share what you should not do in cases of snake bite. Please do not handle a snake, even if it is a dead snake. Do not move the limb. Do not run. Do not tie the tourniquet. Do not cut, burn, or suck the wound. Do not waste time. Do not keep the patient starved. Do not delay transportation to a better hospital. Then what you should do in snake bite victim? First and foremost, reassure the victim. Immobilize the limb. Wash with soap and water. Hydrate the patient. Get to the hospital. Remember, traditional remedies have no proven benefit in treating snake bite. Traditional methods are to be discarded. Fall from a height. These type of injuries occur commonly in construction sites, climbing trees, among children. Suspect spinal cord injuries when the person complains of severe pain and can't move his neck and back. What you should not do? Do not move the patient unless it is really needed. What you should do? Reassure the patient and calm him down. Reduce the movements of the head, neck, and back. Keep them in alignment. Call ambulance urgently. Friends, now this is the second exercise, CPR. CPR stands for cardiopulmonary resuscitation. This is a life-saving technique. If a person stops breathing or their heart stops beating effectively, CPR is used to restore oxygenated blood flow to the vital organs. These are the essential steps of CPR. Everyone should know. Check the scene first. This is first and foremost, you have to check the scene. Make sure the scene is safe. Then tap the person on the shoulder and shout, "Are you okay?" to ensure that the patient needs help. Call 108 for assistance. Check for breathing. Open the airway. Give 30 chest compressions at a rate of 100 to 120 per minute. According to the guidelines, deliver 2 rescue breaths. Here is a step-by-step CPR guide. I have already told you, first you should make that the scene is safe for you. Then go near the person and tap the person. Say hello. Then just check whether he is breathing or not. If he is breathing, there is no need to do CPR. If he is not breathing, next, lift the chin and open the airway. Open the airway. Next, start 30 chest compressions. This should be the position of the victim, and this is how you should sit. Your hands should be straight at the elbow joint. Fingers should be interlocked. And start 30 compressions. After 30 compressions, you should lift the chin, pinch the nose, and give 2 rescue breaths. This cycle of 30 compressions and 2 rescue breaths should continue till the patient recovers or till the medical help arrives. With these 2 exercises, hope you all understood the basics of first aid and CPR. I would like to share this information for those who are interested in first aid skills. Indian Red Cross Society regularly organizes workshop and training in basic first aid. Master training for 4 days, instructor training for 3 days, volunteers training for 2 days. You can also refer the 7th edition of Indian First Aid Manual 2016. Friends, I would like to conclude this session with these remarks. Prompt and properly administered first aid care can mean the difference between life and death. Rapid versus prompt recovery. Temporary versus permanent disablement. This is the take-home message. Do act quickly, calmly, and correctly. Do not panic. Call for ambulance service and medical help. These are the pictures of my first aid classes conducted in the shop floor at VISL, Bhadravati. Thank you.